Hi, good morning, everyone. In December of 2025, stroke January of 2026, this year, I was at the Hastings International Chess Congress, 99th Hastings International Chess Congress. So I came all the way from Nigeria. It was such a wonderful tournament taking place in the UK. And then I remember one of my last, in fact, the last game of the tournament I played, it was in the side event that they had. And I was playing this youngster, and I was seeded number 2 or 3 in that event, which means I should have come first, second, or third. And so I was playing this game, and it was a drawn position. My opponent was a young lad. He played so well, like I was trying to seize the initiative to win him by all means. But I couldn't win because he was playing so well. And so I now overstretched my position. I got into time trouble, and I eventually lost the game. And at the point where I lost, when I made my move, I just burst out laughing because it was such a crack. Because of the time pressure, I just had to move my queen, and then I lost my queen in that game. And I just started laughing because after so much struggle. And then my opponent was so polite, such a very nice boy. He was like, "Oh, sorry," kept on apologizing. I was like, "It's okay, it's okay." So that was how the tournament ended. And then because it was getting late, I needed to leave the tournament venue because I wasn't sure if I was going to go back to London from Hastings, that's central, or back to my place where I was staying, or what I was going to do. So I needed to leave the venue on time. So after the event, after the game, I wanted to go. Then the organizers, Stuart Conquest, he just saw me and he called me, said, "Oh, they have something for me." And I was like, "Okay." So I went up to meet them. And since I was not winning a major prize, I didn't stay for the closing ceremony because I was leaving, right? And then he now took me to their room and then showed me 2 chess books and said I should take one of the books, that it was a gift from the organizers. I know that gesture made me was so heartwarming for the organizers to recognize the effort. I came all the way from Nigeria. I was the only Nigerian playing in that event. The time, the energy, the expenses, hotel bills, and all. So for him to actually appreciate, and he thanked everyone for participating, because as a tournament organizers, you want entries. The more entries you have, the more successful your tournament could be. So when he called me, I was like, okay. I had option of 2 books to choose, and I looked at both books. I didn't know the authors. I wasn't sure which book to pick. Then I opted for this book, Peter Romanovsky. I said, well, since it's a free book, let me just go with this one. And so I took this book, and I didn't know what to expect about this book. I didn't know Peter Romanovsky. I didn't know him, and I said, okay. So when I got back to Nigeria, I opened the book and I started reading it, and I saw this is a formidable book, trust me. Peter Romanovsky was Soviet chess champion in 1923 and also 1927. He was a very strong chess player, and he was also a chess teacher. He had so many students, which included Averbach, Leitzin, and a lot of them. And then when I went through the games, I now found out that going through the games in this book, you're looking at history. You see the evolution of opponents and variations. You see what they were playing as far back as 1923, 25, in that period, and then you're relating to how the openings evolved. So you can actually look at it and see theoretical lines. You can see moves that were being played, and the analysis is so fantastic. Okay, just imagine when I was looking at the list of opponents here, I saw Alekhine. He played Alekhine at one point. He also played Kotov. Alexander Kotov. Kotov had written some chess books before. Alekhine was a former world champion. Then, Bogojubov. I'm sure you know him. He has a famous writer as well, written so many books. So, in fact, I got this book and I'm happy about it. So I'm just making this video just to share my insights, and also appreciation to the organizers of Hastings for remembering me, and to also the publishers of this book, those that made this available. Just want to thank you all. So I'll be doing some analysis and some games from this, and hopefully by the time you see the analysis I've done, you appreciate the depth of the games that are available in this book. So have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.